I don't know. Let me tell you something determinative, obviously. Michael Cohen is a man with a cause. He is a man without a company. He is a man without a law license. He is a man without a job. And he is a man who is desperate. So he needs a conviction. He needs for people to believe him in order to survive. Because Michael Cohen has destroyed himself in all of this. The only way he goes forward in life is if he helps convict Donald Trump. The amazing part of this is in order to do that, he will do whatever is necessary. So let's talk about the table being set here. The table is set. Michael Cohen comes in as the bully, the fixer, the guy who breaks things. That's why they need fixing. He comes in, quote, as a jerk, self-centered, a guy who's hated, and a guy who is screaming at people, prone to exaggeration, hostile, and throws a barrage of insults. That is what we have heard on the People's Direct case. What we know about Donald Trump from people who've worked for him is that it was fantastic working for him. That's a quote. That he was a really good boss, that he was a multitasker, that he was a hard worker, that it was great working for him. So that's your table. Now, you've got the main witness as Michael Cohen, the hated guy going into this trial. This guy is so corrupt. He's not just a convicted felon. He is a convicted liar and a convicted perjurer. That is the essence of incredible. He should have a sign on his forehead that reads liar, all right? Because we have defendants who go into court that we cross-examine them as felons, but you are per se unbelievable when you're convicted of perjury. Now, let's continue with this. He's incredible as a matter of law. He's a guy who goes in, lies to the bank, lies what he puts on the bank statement, the purpose of the LLC, says it's a retainer. Trump signed nothing. He has not put a finger on Donald Trump. It's just like Stormy Daniels. He hates Donald Trump. Stormy hates Donald Trump. And so at the end of the day, the question is, if there's a conversation between Alan Weissenberg and Michael Cohen, what does that have to do with Donald Trump if Donald Trump didn't sign anything or was not part of the conversation? And I'll tell you another motivation for Michael Cohen to lie and try to destroy Donald Trump. What bigger insult is it to have worked for Donald Trump as his fixer, as Michael called himself, than to not be invited into the White House? Do you know in Manhattan with all his friends, he says, I'm going to the White House. Donald's the president. I'm probably going to be his counsel. Is this, is that? Donald Trump knew not to invite him. Donald Trump knew not to make him part of the team. Donald Trump knew exactly what he was. And finally, this is a one-on-one people are talking about. Do you believe one or the other? They're so wrong on that. This is not a one-on-one. There is no obligation on the part of the defense to present any kind of statement whatsoever. The burden of proof is on the people beyond a reasonable doubt. The defendant, you cannot infer or anything if the defendant chooses not to testify. And finally, who's in the courtroom today? Alvin Bragg again, squeezing into one of those pews because he knows his career is over. He knows this case is a loser. He knows that as weak as this jury looks in terms of a jury that is going to stand up and say, we don't believe this, they know they've got nothing. Nobody's put a finger on Donald Trump. And finally, to put the nail on the coffin for Michael Cohen, how dare you tape record a client? That is an ethical violation, and that is an attorney-client violation. And by the way, what you recorded is meaningless. It's not even a crime. You're stupid, too.